There's lots of big fights out there for Islam Makhachev, says Ali. No, there's not, says Chael. Let me tell you why. Look, it's not an insult to Islam. It's a compliment to his level of success, but Islam very much is in the same category of Jon Jones, where no, there's not a lot of big fights. Jon Jones has 2, by the way, in the world. And last week he had 1. And the 1 is out on injury reserve and is allegedly already booked, right? That's Tom. Until Pereira moved up to the weight class, he only had 1 opponent. That's not an insult. It's just there's nobody you could possibly imagine putting there with Jon. There might not even be anybody that you could put in there that is safe. You be the best guy in the world. You be the next best guy in the world. Jon Jones will send you to the hospital. You're the 5th, 8th, 9th best guy. You're talking about, right? Do you understand my point? So I'm not insulting Islam, but I would like to make this point because it's very challenging to overpromise. And I'm all for an overpromise and an embellishment from a contender. I am all for a contender banging his chest, and here's what I'm going to get, and here's what I'm going to do. And it's a very easy rise. You get a contender that's possibly on an undercard, or possibly he opens the show, or possibly he's yet to be a main event. Like, there's ways that he can deliver that are very bonafiable. He can just get a placement on a card, and all of a sudden, all the promises that he made about something big is coming. It is big compared to what he's done before. You can do this as a contender. You got to be very careful as a champion and a promotion. Those are the 2 places where you got to be very careful promising on something that you don't bring. And in Islam's standpoint, Islam doesn't need to do that. He's going to be a feature match, co-main or higher, right? And in any card, he's going to be a main. The White House card could be something special, and he shuffles down a spot, but you understand my point. He's going to fight for a belt. He's going to have a lot of people that want to see him. And he's going to go and walk through the competition. There's not anybody that can go with him. So when you make this big promise, right? Oh, there's something big coming for Islam. All right, great. Well, we want to see him fight Kamaru, so that's great. Well, no, it's not going to be Kamaru. Okay, great. Well, then obviously it's going to be Ian Garry. There's no one else you can associate with Islam, unless you want to talk about the guy that's down a weight class, currently sitting out, and by the way, Islam left a division to not have to fight. Is that the guy you're talking about? Is Islam returning to 155? Is returning to 155? I'll stand down. There is actually a couple of interesting things. At 170, if it's not Kamaru Usman, and it's not Ian Garry, let me break the news to you. It's not interesting. That's the truth. And if you come out and you overpromise as a way of selling something, I like the overpromise, by the way. I like the I can do it, put my guy in, give my guy an opportunity as a way of raising him up a card and get him an opportunity. When a guy is already walking in as a main event with the belt, it's very tough. You got to be very careful about promising there's some kind of big news. And I'll tell you right now, there's not. If it's not Kamaru, if that information is accurate, which, by the way, it is. If it's not Ian Garry, if that information is accurate, by the way, it is. You're out of bullets. And it's not much different from a card. I am eagerly waiting for the White House card. I'm excited about it. I loved 100, 200, 300. I love them all, quite frankly. But special excitement for 100, 200, 300, Sphere. The draw around 100 was that it was UFC 100. That was the draw. And the draw around 200 was that it was 200. And the draw around 300 was that and the draw around Sphere was it was Sphere. And I just argue for you that the draw around the White House is that it is the White House. I don't know about like the super card. You've got the White. They're walking out of the Oval Office. This is awesome. This is once in a lifetime stuff. And I just argue that you've got to be very careful with that. You got to be very careful with that. Who are you going to put with Islam? If you have a magic wand, who are you going to put with Islam? Because let me tell you, before you do that, let me tell you who you can't put with him. It will not be Conor McGregor. Before you think like, oh, there's going to be some weird thing and it's going to be, it's not. It's not going to be Ian Garry. It's not going to be Kamaru Usman. who are you going to put with Islam? Now, Ilia has put out a statement that says he's got big news and it's coming soon. And these guys just can't keep their mouth shut. It's an interesting, they just cannot do it. You can telephone, telegraph, or tell a fighter. The word is going to get out. So these guys get sworn to secrecy. Hey, don't tell anyone. We got a release coming. We got media partners. We're going to do this in a certain way. Keep this to yourself. Like that's the way the policy has always been. So they don't reveal what the secret is. They reveal that they have a secret. Right? Like, they just can't. They just can't not get that hit of dopamine that comes from sending out a tweet and having strangers respond. They just can't. I can't tell you the secret, but I'll let you know that I got one. All right. So I only caution against it because it's a dud. If the announcement comes out that it is Morales versus Islam, this is not going to be one of these. It's just not. And I can look at that division up and down, and it's just not, right? Sometimes you got to do fights because you got to do fights. And you could do really well with them. You can get a really big buzz. And no disrespect to Jack Del Lima. He earned that fair and square. But Leon isn't coming in, and Blal's not coming in. These are big names. These are big and top guys. Colby's not coming in, and these are big names. These are big and top guys. So the promise that you've got big news coming, be careful with that. You are the big news. You are the champion of the world. You are the #1 ranked pound-for-pound fighter in the world. Let them come to you. Because if it's not Kamaru, and it's not Ian, and I realize I'm repeating myself, and it's not going to be stop. You don't have a big fight. You got to fight. Keep your mouth shut. Be glad you got it. Let the promoters promote.